Hello, this is Gamal Hassan, and in this video we're going to get to know the difference between teaching fluency and teaching accuracy. Let's get started. Okay, in this slide inshallah, we're going to get to know what is meant by fluency and accuracy. So, accuracy and fluency are two factors which can determine the success of English language students in the future. These are very important two factors that can help and determine whether the student is successful in learning English or not. So these are very important two factors of teaching English all teachers must focus on. Okay, in this part inshallah we're going to get to know what is meant by accuracy. So essentially accuracy is the ability to produce correct sentences using correct grammar, vocabulary, spelling and pronunciation. So this is very important. Accuracy means to be accurate, not to make errors or mistakes while talking or speaking. Now we're going to get to know what is meant by fluency. So on the other hand, fluency is the ability to produce language easily and smoothly. So fluency is all about to talk and to write without having to think about what to say, without having long stops or long pauses to think about the coming word. Okay, so this is what we mean by fluency and accuracy. This slide is all about fluency. So fluency is the ability to speak and understand a language smoothly and easily and effortlessly. My friends, I want to tell you that there are very important, fundamental and essential skills for the acquisition of any language. Imagine that there is a child, or a young baby, in the very beginning of the baby's life, he or she would just listen to adults speaking in front of him or around him. So speaking is the first skill. And then the kid will start to imitate and to produce some words, or the kid will start to speak. And then when the kid goes to school, he will or she will start to read. And finally, they will be able to write when they be like in grade 1, for example. So these are the 4 skills. Some of us may think that fluency are related only to reading and speaking, but this is not correct. Fluency is related to the 4 skills. If you are a fluent listener, which is the first skill, it means that you can listen and understand without asking the speaker to just stop and repeat any of the words he or she says. So this is the fluent listener of English. Now, fluent speakers can speak smoothly without thinking of what to say and to have flow of ideas to talk freely, and this is a fluent speaker. The fluent reader can read easily without just having problems with any of the words in the text in front of him or of her. And finally, a fluent writer can write smoothly, having flow of ideas, different ideas to express himself in many different expressions. So in such case, we can say that fluency is related to the 4 skills, not only to speaking and reading. So fluency is the ability to speak and understand a language smoothly and effortlessly. Fluency makes learning easier for sure. Fluent students will struggle less with difficult words and will more easily speak and comprehend complex topics. So this tells us that fluency is a very important component of learning English. It is an important component of communication. Communication when the student or when any of us has to communicate with others to just express his own ideas or to just discuss or having debates or a discussion about any field. If the one is fluent, this would be easier for him to communicate effectively. Speaking fluently can help the speaker produce continuous speeches or speech without comprehension difficulties for the listener and to maintain the communicative ideas more easily. So fluency is a must. Okay, characteristics of fluency. Some of the characteristics of fluency are natural speech rhythm. Rhythm means just whenever we talk, we just have some strong forms and or strong words and or strong syllables and or stressed syllables and unstressed syllables. Okay, we do not talk English with the same pitch. Some words can just be said, or some syllables can be said strongly, and some of them can be said softly, and some of them can be neglected. I said some of them. So some is the strong form, and some of them, it's some of them. So them, I can say that this is a weak form. So rhythm is to just know the strong forms, or what to focus on and what is to be neglected or to be just unstressed. So this is what we call natural speech rhythm. Appropriate intonation. Intonation is to differentiate between the question, the statement, the exclamation, okay, and the command as well. So I can say, Ahmed is here. This is a question. The intonation reveals that this is a question. I'm asking whether Ahmed is here. But when I say Ahmed is here, this is a statement. I'm telling somebody that Ahmed is here. So the intonation is to differentiate between the 4 different forms of sentences or types of sentences, and smooth flow of ideas. Okay, this is also a very important characteristic of fluency. Fluency focuses on the overall communication process rather than on accuracy. It means that when the teacher focuses on fluency, the teacher here is not supposed to stop any of the students speaking or writing for any mistakes. Neglect accuracy if you're focusing on fluency. Let them speak freely, even if they have some mistakes in spelling or in grammar. Okay, so teaching strategies for fluency. Fluency can be delivered through various teaching strategies, such as communicative activities, like to communicate, to just discuss, like role plays and discussions, debates, and many other techniques. It is a must to provide opportunities for learners to practice speaking in a meaningful and authentic context. It is a must for the teacher to allow the students to express themselves, to just exert some effort, to increase the student talking time in class, so they can enhance their fluency and accuracy as well. Okay, accuracy. Now we're going to talk about accuracy. So accuracy is the ability to use correct grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation in language production, to have everything correct without having any mistakes. Accuracy delivers the message in a straightforward way with no room for misunderstanding. Okay, because you know that we have minimal pairs, and we have like, for example, sink and think, they are totally different. Bark and park, totally different. So to have accurate or accuracy, this would just leave no room for any misunderstanding. It is a crucial element of effective communication. Accuracy enables people to quickly and easily understand the message being conveyed. A statement that lacks accuracy can cause confusion, for sure, okay, and lead to misunderstanding. By delivering messages clearly, there is no room for misunderstanding or alternation of message or of messages, which decreases the potential for conflict, for sure. This is very important to know the different sounds, to have correct pronunciation, correct spelling, and correct intonation. All of these are very important for you to deliver your message and to leave no room for any misunderstanding. Some characteristics of accuracy here. Accuracy. Some of the characteristics of accuracy are grammatical correctness, to have correct grammar, appropriate word choice, to choose the correct word, and accurate pronunciation. Accuracy focuses on the correctness of language use. This is very important, to be specific, to be correct, to have no errors while speaking, writing, listening, or writing as well. Teaching strategies for accuracy. So there are many teaching strategies to develop accuracy, among which are controlled practice activities. Controlled practice activities are the activities activities that have only one specific correct answer, and those kinds of activities can enhance accuracy. Because, for example, if we have just filling the blank exercise, this has only one correct answer, or true or false. They have only one correct answer. With drilling and repetition of these kinds of controlled practice exercises, this can enhance accuracy. Error correction, this is very important. When, for example, in a class, if the student gives an answer and, for example, he has a mistake in grammar or subject-verb agreement or a pronoun antecedent agreement, any of these you can just stop him and say, for example, is it right to say, for example, they is playing? Is it correct to say they is or they are? This is self-correction, to let the student himself correct his own answer, or to have peer correction. For example, you can, if the student makes any mistake, you can stop him and ask any of the classmates to just correct him, and this is what we call peer correction. Or you can just write down when it is time for you to practice or focus on fluency. You can let them talk freely, and you can just write down or take notes of the mistakes they make, and after that you can just discuss these mistakes with them all, and this is what we call holistic feedback to the whole class or to all the students in the class. This is very important. Okay, so among which are controlled practice activities, error correction, and we discussed this, and pronunciation practice, like for example to let them repeat some patterns or to know the difference between some minimal pairs and so on. This would enhance the pronunciation skills. And it is important for the teacher to provide explicit instruction, to just explain everything directly to the students, and feedback on grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation, and spelling as well. Okay, so there must be a balance or balancing fluency and accuracy. So there must be a balance between fluency and accuracy in language instruction. Fluency and accuracy are essential for effective communication. The teacher must focus on both, or must just have a balance between them. For example, if it is a reading class or speaking class, you would just allow the students to speak fluently without stopping them, even if they have some mistakes. And this is the focus here is on fluency. And you can write down every single mistake they have. And when it comes to, in the same class, when it comes, for example, to the second half in which you're gonna focus or discuss accuracy, you can just tell them, for example, Ahmad made a mistake in subject-verb agreement, or it was a grammatical mistake, or any the like. You can just write down the mistakes in the first half of this class. You can just allow them to speak fluently without stopping them for any mistakes or any errors. And when it comes to discuss or focus on accuracy, you can just discuss this with them, and you can have feedback like or correction, self-correction, peer correction, or holistic correction to all students. Integration of fluency and accuracy. So teachers must integrate fluency and accuracy in language lessons. As I discussed before, for example, if you have a listening class or a speaking class, you can just integrate these two skills by, for example, letting them speak freely, and you can write down the mistakes, and then you can just correct them for accuracy. It is important for teachers to provide opportunities for learners to practice both fluency and accuracy in a balanced manner. The conclusion. So in this presentation, we discussed that both accuracy and fluency are important for language instruction, and we said that there are many teaching techniques for fluency and accuracy. Also, we said that the task of the teacher is to focus on one of them at a time. The teacher will focus, for example, on fluency at first, and then he or she would focus on accuracy later. When the target is to focus on fluency, the teacher would allow the flow of sentences and ideas without stopping the students for mistakes in grammar, spelling, pronunciation, or any other elements of the English language. But when it comes to accuracy, the teacher would stop the students for any mistakes, okay, in grammar, spelling, pronunciation, and would allow self-correction, peer correction, or would discuss how to correct the mistakes with all students in the class. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much, Gamal Hassan. Thanks, Assalamu alaikum.